Alright, time to get started with this week of matches for Ether Age. We are starting quite a bit late after the updates and everything, the trailer and everything that went on this past week in Fire Emblem. I think the only thing that's left is for the trailer to come out for the banner to come out in a couple of hours. Actually, is the banner out? No, the banner will be out tomorrow. Yes, I believe so. The banner will be out tomorrow.
Yes.
But we have, as you would have seen from the team, Nyx as our secret tech option for Black Knight for this week. So yeah, we're hopefully going to be able to show that off because, my God, I did like 2 tests with it and it works phenomenally. She is very good. She does exactly what she should have done all those years ago when she first came out. And I'm just glad that they were able to finally put together a cohesive weapon for her, because what she was given from her refine was exactly the pieces that were missing from making her functional way back when she first came out, because she was like really on the cusp of being usable. As I'm sure that, you know, there were people who used her for the reflect damage gimmick, but it just didn't... It wasn't hitting hard enough, you know? It just didn't hit. But with the refine, she's definitely hitting the numbers that I would have wanted her to hit way back when, and she's doing it now, and she's doing it against Black Knight, and that's exactly what I needed, which is a Black Knight counter. We definitely don't have enough in the game. There are units that can get close, and then units that can maybe do it with a little help, and then there's units that can do it with the Black Knight's support. But what you want is a unit that can just take out Black Knight 1v1, and there's like 2 or 3 units that can do it, Camilla being one, of course. So having Nyx in the mix is definitely something that I'm looking forward to utilize this week. So this is the team. Man, I really hate using Ashera. She is just not good. I don't know if it's my build or... Man, I don't even want to say it's my build. She's just not great to use in terms of just being able to blow stuff up. Very close in terms of like some of the stuff that you would need for a colorless nuke to be good in terms of longevity. Like she can hit like plus 95 damage or stats in combat, but then sometimes it just doesn't translate to any actual damage, which is quite sad. So yeah, she has almost enough stuff. She's one of those units that, like, if you have support with her, she'll probably perform even better. Like if she has Black Knight support, she can probably get some kills. But you know, currently she really needed like a special acceleration. She needed a way to
close your eyes.
I think primarily that special acceleration is one of the main things that she was missing from her kit. I guess you could get that like from an A skill at this point, but since her C skill is where her stuff is, that's one of the things that should have probably been in there to make her like super functional. I'm looking forward to the eventual ascended or just base version that they'll release for her, kind of like what they did with Nagi the other day, where Nagi is now in the regular pool. Was it Nagi or Naga? One of the two. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that as well. That should definitely be a good unit when they do it. So that's, yeah, but currently she's just like no bueno, not good in the slightest. I've given Elm Gale Force finally. I was looking at what CJ did last week, and I took some inspiration from it. I was like, I didn't think he could do it, but so far it looks like it's working out, especially with help from Thor, even though I don't think it adds up because he already has some special jumps in there, so I don't think they stack that way. But I don't know, let's see how the rest of the week goes. My main concern is him missing the Gale Force, so maybe at some point I'll have to give him like Heavy Blade or something. I don't know. Tempo. I think he has him. I don't want to read his weapon. It's so much stuff. But I got rid of the Nimble Beast because, I mean, I'd really just rather him be able to Gale Force. The mythics that can Gale Force age better you're able to use them longer, as opposed to, let's say, someone like Uller. Like, there's no real spot for Uller on a team. One, she can't kill anything, and two, she has like virtually no support. She's just a pure combat unit, so you can't really do too much with her. So Gale Force Mythic, if you can Gale Force with your Mythic, then I feel like, you know, in terms of having or being forced to use them, it makes your team a little bit more flexible in that regards, in comparison to Ashera here as well, who just doesn't do anything to the team, on the team, aside from being a smite bot. We're gonna see if Nyx can blow up this Neath Holger here, just for showcasing,
Indeed.
you know, her power. The fact that she's able to survive. I feel like I'm missing a B skill on her. I wanted to give her a Cultist Strike, but then also I feel like it's good for her to have damage reduction piercing in case she runs into some of that. So I've kind of just stuck with the Special Spiral that I gave to her way back when Special Spiral was still a thing. When Special Spiral was like the most important thing in the game. Oh, there we go. Perfect. It was like the hottest thing right after Ophelia, Rearmed Ophelia was first released. Everyone wanted Special Spiral, but you know, we've seen how much that's fallen off, unfortunately, on Rearmed Ophelia too. Maybe this new tome will give Rearmed Ophelia some life again, but I don't know. I still have her, like, you know, just sitting in my barracks because she has a ton of fodder on her, but just not much that you can really do with her at this point, aside from letting her be a fodder bank. A lot of things. She has so many skills on her. I could use her like she's very versatile in that regards. But yeah, this should be an interesting week. First match done. Let's let Ashera do something, I guess. Man, that animation is so dope for her to just be completely useless. GG's. Okay, here we go with our second match for the day. First, Emblem Micaiah sighting. Should be able to Gale Force this one as well, but decided to just tank it. It's easier, doesn't take as long. Well, doesn't take as much thinking. A lot of my teams score quite a bit less this week because I have to bring Ashera. I would have loved to have brought like what's his face, Leaf, but did not get him, so that's not an option. He would have been the only unit from that banner that would have maybe fit onto a team for me, since he can do the self-refresh thing with Gale Forcing, and he's also a ranged unit, which this team in particular currently lacks, which is why I decided to bring Ashera. Or I had to bring her, really, but she's, again, not the greatest. But yeah, Leaf would have been the only, but then I would have only really been pulling for him to be able to use them within the bonus rotation. So once I survive this week, or if I'm able to, then Leaf would have just been, you know, sitting in my barracks somewhere picking up dust. Yeah, I don't think he's as good as a tuned Tharja. I feel like Tharja is a better... I mean, he has the Brave, so I guess that probably counts for something, but man, Tharja is really good. I'm pretty high on what Tharja is able to provide. It's the speed. It's the speed that makes her that good. The fact that she can win speed checks. I don't like slow units unless they're armors. Yeah, I don't know if that's a me. That's probably a me thing. I don't like slow units unless they're armors. But yeah, we're cleaning up here. Marth is doing his job. I haven't ran Brave Marth in a while just because I don't know. It's one Marth too many. It's probably good to have some variety, and I needed the Nectar support to ensure that he's not dying to like Sigurds and stuff, which was really annoying. So, you know, wanted to get rid of that weakness. You have Bluebird here with her gun, but I don't know, man. She, like, I put her on my defense, right? So this week I'm going without cancer control, which I feel like for this particular defense, or for the particular defense that I have, it can probably work, but I wouldn't have done it. I couldn't figure out any other way to fit her onto my team that didn't require me to completely destroy my defense and build a new one from scratch. So I've kind of just thrown her in the spot that Athos was in. Luckily it doesn't change too much, but I am noticing that she is getting targeted in the back row because, well, just where she is, she's not as bulky as Athos. I'm like week by week, I'm just like, Athos is really good. Like, yeah, he's actually really good. Sleeper good. Definitely a unit that you should plus 10 if you haven't already. The only thing he's missing, if he had a way to run close combat, it'd be over. He'd be like one of the best units in the game, because he'd be so much harder to take out. He's so bulky as it is, and if you give him something like Ice Wall, he's basically impossible to kill. But whereas rather Ather in comparison just is really lacking. Aside from her ability to take out the safe defense and the cleansing, which I don't particularly need because I run Micaiah, attuned Micaiah. I just have not benched my tuned Micaiah because she's just so good still. Yeah, aside from that, I don't really enjoy, or I didn't really like. I was looking at the pros and cons of running Ather, and I was like really close to just not using her at all, in preference of just running Athos instead, because I feel like having cancer control is far more valuable than breaking the fence.
Why wait?
Might be wrong, might not be wrong, I don't know, but I feel like, I mean, she does do the thing where she breaks the fence if you initiate and take her out, so my team will then get to move, but I really would have liked to incorporate cancer control in some capacity, and that's the sacrifice that I'm making to run her on defense. So I don't know, we'll see how how we move forward in terms of just unit releases and what we get to replace who. But I'm not I'm not sold on her. I think I prefer Boulder, because Boulder has at least some amount of bulk, whereas Ather is very vulnerable to melee threats. So I don't know, let's see how it goes, let's see how she performs, but for now I think I prefer Athos for Anima Season on defense over Hodor, however you say it. GG's. Okay, here we go. Yet another Hodor bird. I need a name for her that's easy to say. Yeah, and this one should be pretty straightforward for Marth as well. Like, yeah, he's just gonna sit there. The thing about Ather is, as well, her combat is not that great. Like, she fails to take out her main opposition on offense, which is Neathogre. She does worse than Athos. Athos performs far better against Neathogre than she does, which is quite a surprise. An unfortunate disappointment, I should probably say. For what her role is on defense, especially like the skills that she came with. First off, complete trash. None of those skills are good on her. Really would, you want to change them, all of them, except, I mean, even her, like, even the part where she breaks the safety fence, I'm considering just swapping that out. If she was infantry, I think she probably would have been better, because that's kind of the main, then I could at least run cancel control on her. But having her be a flyer means that she's just locked out of quite a few skills, and doesn't, primarily cancer control. And then, I mean, on mountain terrain, she's probably great in terms of the fact that she can fly over there, but I think if she was a flyer, she probably would have had a bit more versatility or usability. But yeah, she fails against Neath Ogre. Basic Neath Ogre she can't take out. Whereas Athos is able to at least kill or survive. Yeah, she can't take a hit from Neath Ogre, which is another positive in terms of Neath Ogre and her longevity. You know, I did say that Neath Ogre looks like she's going to go the long haul, and I'm very, you know, satisfied that they crafted a competent unit as a far save. They did a very good job of making armored units this year. There have been years gone by when we've gotten a ton of armored units and they've just all been trash. But this year I feel like they've done a very good job with the outlier Corrin being the main outlier there. He's just, I don't know, they missed the mark with Corrin, but the majority, the rest of them, they've done pretty well with making armored units this year that are good. Starting with Marnie, I want to say Marnie was like the what you call the messenger of doom in terms of what we were going to be getting for armored units. But yeah, she Holder, whatever, bird, girl, flyer, blue, sad bird.
Close your
I don't know.
eyes.
None of those really feel like they're the right ones. But yeah, she's just not doing it, man. She's not doing the thing. Not doing the things in the ways that I would have liked her to do the things. More damage. That B skill is trash. Like, I'd probably better off if you gave her Assassin Strike or something. Bow units, I feel like, are in an awkward position. Blue bow is good for her, but
I'm with you.
she can't take out Black Knight, and as you can see here, she dies to Marth. So what exactly is her role aside from breaking the safety fence? You know, I don't feel like that's a good enough reason to run her on defense, which is crazy to say because I absolutely hate the safety fence, but she's just not doing enough for me, man. I think that's what it boils down to. She's just not doing enough for me. If she needed either more support or the ability to hit harder, and she does neither of those things. So lower ceiling than Boulder. I think Boulder would last longer. That being said, Boulder herself is also not great. But yeah, making it work so far. Rest of the week should be pretty interesting. It's good that we got an easy start to the week. This is the Gale Forest on Elm. I think this is probably going to build that I stick with moving forward, since I don't use him, which sucks because he has a good niche in terms of the feud effect and everything, but I just, you know, I hate the fact that he only hits once and then that's it. If he had like an extra action like Felix, I probably would have valued him more, so that's why I gave him Gale Force. But this one's done. GG's.